What's going on this morning, man? How you doing? Booty Bandit. What's going on, man? How'd your live end up going last night? Kill about an hour today. This live in. I'm hoping I'm blessed and get some of these shit talkers that show up. Last couple days have been just wild on my channel. The number of people that want to be negative and talk bullshit. It's actually pretty amazing. But that's okay. Not bad, 148 people over an hour, 1 sub. There you go. That's not too bad. Stuff takes a long time. The more you do it, the better it gets, easier it gets. It's a slow process. The negativity gets kind of old a lot of times. But, you know, people start being negative, it kind of gives you a glimpse of them, you know, how they live or how they choose to interact with people. You can always pick the real miserable SOBs out of a crowd, which is honestly kind of funny. So, yeah, this is the lineup through the Thompson out there today, through ASKS out there. People always seem to ask about that. So, we got a few of you guys there, man. Jump in chat, say what's up. Like always, be sure to double tap that screen for me if you would. Go and try again next weekend. I know how to deal with narcissists. My biological father is one, so I'm well trained on a deal with that type of person. Yeah. Like I said, sometimes that shit gets old. Like, I don't know, I think in the last 2 days I probably blocked 20 people from my channel. And it was all the same video too. It was the one where legitimately I'm hoping people or wishing people a good day, and I hope they have a good weekend. And it's funny how you can take something positive and just twist it and turn it because you're miserable. You know, that's interesting, very interesting. But that's what I know. Ashton, I appreciate it, man. I hope your day is going good. Elazig, I'm not sure how to say your name, but hello from Indonesia. How are you doing? Checking in from Montana. There you go. Yeah, some people get off rude, you know. It's funny, it's interesting. You know, speaks, like I tell people usually when they start doing that, I try to give them an out. So, you know, that this is just speaking highly of your character. So, Arizona Kid, how are you doing, man? How's your day going so far? Have you, I didn't look yet. I didn't look at any YouTube, but did you put your Sunday gospel out yet? If so, I'll pull that up here when I'm done. We're going to burn about an hour. I got a bunch of rifle rounds I got to crimp. A couple things to clean out. I guess you like the tags. What do you mean the tags? all you can do is raise great kids to add to the good pool of people. Yeah, I'm blessed. All three of my kids are solid. So, all hard workers. They all try hard. I just got home and was gonna send you a video and got notification live. There you go. Wait about an hour and send me the video. I'm only doing an hour this morning. Try and generate some views to the channel. What was that video? I couldn't see it because we cut to commercial.
I don't know where you were at with them.
Arizona. Yeah, not any of them are tank folios. They're all CZs. There's Dan Weston and a bunch of Glocks. I don't own any tank folios, but I appreciate you stopping and saying hi. I've been putting up them 7 a.m. every Sunday, putting cartridge loops and a gun belt this morning. There you go. So yeah, when I'm done here, I'll pull that up and give it a good watch. Bradley, how are you doing, man? Hope you're having a great day. Guys, do me a favor. There's a bunch of you watching. Join the chat. Come and say hi. Good morning. If you'd be so kind as double tap the screen for me, run these likes up. I'd appreciate it. That's the best way to support 2A content, is to show support. That shows YouTube that you want to see firearms content. So, yeah, I hope all you guys are here. Jump in the chat and say what's up. But either way, I hope you're having a great day. You work hard and you deserve it. Do I want to give you a CZ shadow? No, not really. I appreciate you asking though. Because if I gave you my CZ shadow, I would have no CZ shadows. Which one has the lightest trigger? The two in the back. They're about 1.5 pounds. One's got a blue charging handle. One's got a red optic mount. They're both about 1.5 pound trigger. What does FE stand for? Fox Valley. I just purchased a Kimber Y2K Pro Royal yesterday. There you go. Them are nice guns. I've been talked out of both of the ones I bought before I even got them home. So at some point, if I can make money on a gun that I don't even actually own yet, I'm going to make money on it. It doesn't compare to your Staccato though. No, why not? The Staccato's better. Which model Staccato do you have? Did you see the song? I just bought a Gerson 2311 Brat just to see what it feels like. But I carry my Prime more often now. Yeah, the Gerson guns, I think with some tuning, they're probably okay. I had to bust ice for about 300 yards this morning. It was rough weather, got cold and wimped out, went home. Did you get any birds though, or did you go home empty-handed? Yeah, his song Orange Smoke was actually pretty good. They did a good job on the video. Definitely a little Ballard. So I have a P dual and an XC. There you go. And them are nicer than the Y2K. My main race gun is the one with the red optic mount on the top. That's my main gun I shoot. With like IDPA, I shoot an SP01 generally. I shot an IDPA match at the end of the season here with Stifler's gun, and I also shot a night match with my daughter's gun. But generally, I either shoot my SP01. I can show you which one. This is my main gun for IDPA. That's my main gun for USPSA. I shot this one this year, which is my daughter's gun, for a night match. And I had that slide on another one that I shot the last IDPA match for. Just getting Stifler some views on his stuff. Looking for a Tech 9. Yeah, a lot of people seem to like them. I've had a bunch over the years, and they're cool to have in a collection. No, Tech 9s aren't illegal. So during the assault weapons ban, they had to change some features on them, and the company went bankrupt. So that's the only reason you don't see modern ones. But Beretta and B&T both have very, very, very similar guns that have just been modernized. So why do they have holes in the slide? Which ones? The frames on the table, because them are lightning cuts and they're also ported barrels. I have questions gun debating on my Glock 19 and maybe MP20, getting it for my concealed carry. I would tell you a 19, but I like Glocks a little more than Smith & Wessons. I've always wanted a Tech 9 for show. Yeah, like I said, I've legitimately had probably a dozen of them over the years, and they look cool. They look cool, but that's about it. The trigger on them is long, with crappy resets, heavy trigger pull, so you can't really shoot them that fast. They don't run great. You know, certain ammo they run better, but they have an adjustable extractor, so you got to keep it tuned, and then they generally run, but they're not a great gun. But for collection, it's cool. Even I guess the RXM.
Still going back up.
Yeah, too much work. Huh? Go lay down. I'll come back to that RXM comment in a second. I lost it. As soon as the kid gets the computer back open. What about an Uzi? Uzis are cool guns. They're good guns. They're not, by modern terms, they're not, but I've had a couple Uzis over the years too, and they're fun. It's a piece of history. I'm kind of looking for a gun that's good carry and low maintenance. Good carry and low maintenance. It's hard to beat a Glock. It's hard to beat a Glock. Let's see. Too much for you to sit and participate, huh? Josh, I mean, I guess the Ruger RXM is kind of the best option for a budget option for handguns right now. Yeah, you're probably right. I would go, if like you're on a tight budget, that's probably the one that would serve you the best. You're gonna run the DWX and limited optics. I am. That's the plan. We'll run that limited optics minor. I don't know if I'll run it the whole year, but definitely run it most of the year. I like shooting open major. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy that division. What about the Mac 11? I have a Mac 11. They're a little bit better than a Tech 9. Much more reliable than a Tech 9. So that's where that is. But yeah, if you guys would, man, be so kind as double tap that screen for me. Throw some likes up on this live. It doesn't cost you anything, it's free. I'm rocking an Echelon and a 47 carry optics right now. Defender XL on both with the 5 MOA dot. There you go. I like the Vortex optics. My son, I got him an ST, so it's pretty decent. Can I show it? I don't know, can we find a place to put it? Yeah,
Uh,
not really a place to put it.
no.
Yeah, just give us a minute. Go get it out, and we'll move the Scorpion.
Okay.
Yeah, just bear with me a minute. We'll go get it out of the safe, and we can put it up here. Ammo, good morning. How are you doing? I got to shoot a Tommy gun once at the Rod of Iron Freedom Festival. Heavy but fun, pretty smooth. Yeah, they're heavy. They're not real ergonomic. The butt stocks on them could probably be a couple inches shorter, and it'd be a much better firearm. Um, Budget would be High Point, Sky, PSA. They would be more affordable maybe, but it's not something that you could trust your life on. So when you talk budgets, I'm referring to what's the best firearm you can get for the least amount of money. Um, so how many CZs you have there? I don't know. I didn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of them. So, because he wants to see the Mac 11 here, we'll move some stuff and just pause it right here, right?
I believe so.
All right, go ahead. Just bear with us a second. We're gonna move a gun. Don't drop my shit either.
Yes.
I'll stab you right in your throat if you do. Here, come on. There you go. Now there's Mac 11 there for you. Rocks have them used, yeah. Piece of crap, High Point never fails. Not fail. Some of the High Points are okay. Good pistol is a Taurus 856 revolver. I agree with that. A 6.8. Well, you're the guy that was loading ammo that last time. Yeah, I'm that guy. Jay Lee, how are you doing? Hope your day's going well. Ammo put my bench together for 6.5 yesterday. There you go. Smith & Wesson SD9VE is a budget gun, but it does the job. Yeah, they're definitely a budget gun. Out of production for what, like 10 years now, though? So some people would probably want something a little more current. So that's Arizona. Where was I? Arizona, you should do church services on Sunday live. There you go. Time consuming for him to do that, though. Nice setup. I appreciate it, Keith. Hope your day's going good. Nice setup. The MPs aren't much more nicky. Yeah, they're not. Thank you for showing it. You bet. You guys be sure to double tap that screen for me if you'd be so kind. I'd really appreciate it. It helps out the channel. Consider subscribing to the channel too, but definitely double tap the screen. Thanks for putting them things in there like I was asking you.
Oh yeah.
Get with it, man. What's all the hype about Dario pistols? I don't know. I'm not. We saw them at GunCon. I'm not super impressed with them. Shouldn't go below buying a used or police trading Glock. I agree with that too. You can get some good deals on police trade-ins.
Yeah. I guess you can see. Yeah. Yeah. How much cost money.
Do the hearts. How you doing, fellas? I'm doing good, Chanson. How are you doing this morning? How's your day going? You got any Soviet surplus? It depends on what you consider surplus. I do have a Sega 12, so surplus gun, or a Soviet gun. Just liked and subscribed. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate it, man. Evan, love the DWX. I appreciate that too. Thank you. When it comes to defense gun as a tool, it doesn't really matter how old or Clio it is. Just that it does what it should and you can hit with it. Yeah, it's definitely important, but you know, if you're going to carry something, you want it to be as fresh as you can. Less chances of wear and tear and parts breakage. Cooking with Love, good morning. How are you doing? Where's my shit? Sounds weird. Last night I called a phone number thinking it was ammo. Turns out I called. Turns out I called him father instead of him. Well, the truth is finally out. Ammo is your father. Oh wow, he has guns. Yep, I got guns. What are those with the orange grips? The three with the orange grips. Two of them are CZ Tactical Sport Orange 2s. One's a 9, one's a 40, and then the other one is a CZ Tactical Sport Orange. So the 2s replace the 1. Do you have the Beretta 92 Cutlass? I'm not sure what the 92 Cutlass is. I do own some Berettas though, or a Beretta, I guess I should say. That's a nice SKS. I love mine for plinking. Yeah, they're fun. I don't shoot it much. We usually take it out once, maybe twice a year. Both my sons have one too, so we go out and we just play with it. Since we all three have one, we kind of make it a little competition between the three of us. You know, put targets up different ranges and try to duplicate shots either by distance or, you know, shooting weak side or strong side or, you know, kneeling, prone, whatever it is. Just a way to practice, but to make it a little bit better. Now this lame by, well, I think you're kind of lame too, so you have a good day. I guess this probably isn't the place for you. I'm sure there's something going on with Roadblocks though, so go check out Roadblocks. Which is the best P365? I have virtually no experience with any SIG pistols. That's not something I'm really into, man. So if you guys would be so kind, man, throw some likes on this live for me. There's a bunch of you sitting here. Doesn't cost you anything. Chancing, we got 2-gun in the Saturday after Thanksgiving. You in? There you go. Where are you going to shoot 2-gun at? You shoot 2011 or 1911 platforms? I shoot 1911 platforms, but primarily I shoot CZs. You have a great collection. I salute you. I appreciate it, Cream. Hope your day is going good. Gotta love haters. Yeah, everybody's gotta hate, man. Truth of it is people hate because either they feel shitty about themselves or they're jealous, you know. I mean, I've only been collecting guns for 6 months. Look what's possible in 6 months. I took all my EBT food stamps. I just sell them for guns. So, and then I go shoplift for food. So, wait, is that a Tommy? Yeah, that's a Thompson. Auto Ordnance 1927 Deluxe. My revolver takes 15 40 cals. I believe that. You know, high cap 40 cal revolver. Absolutely. It's probably belt fed too. I have a Smith & Wesson 9mm P 2.0. There you go. People seem to like them. There's a little light on Friday afternoon, but you have run 3 events
with them before.
That's pretty standard, man. People want you to be a skilled shooter. A lot of things happen in the dark, so and there's a lot of things people can't see. So, what's your opinion on the Diamondback DB10? I don't have a high opinion of it. They're definitely not known for quality and reliability. You could definitely find a police trade-in AR-15 that's twice or 3 times better for the same money. You just gotta look. Check Atlantic Firearms, check cheaper Classic Firearms, Atlantic Firearms, and Gunbroker. Them would be the ones to go to. CZ, EBT, absolutely. Why shoplift if you have guns? Go hunt. Well, because, you know, shoplifting's more fun. That's the thing to do. It's socially acceptable now to go steal from stores. What's a good AR-9? Daniel Defense makes a good AR-9. JP Enterprise makes a good AR-9. I guess I don't know what your budget is. I don't have a gun collection. I collect classic cars. There you go. There's nothing wrong with classic cars. You like SIGs? I'm not really a SIG fan. Um, they make great rifles. Some of their pistols are decent, but there's some politics there that I'm not a fan of. No, I don't have any aliens. Hunting is hard. Hunting makes you hard. Uh, yeah, about DB10 is 308. Okay. So there's still a lot of 308s out there, but it's it's a great way to start and get into the platform. Um, you can upgrade it as you go. If the barrel sucks, get a new barrel. If the bolt is sloppy, get a new bolt. First time ever seeing your page. I love you. Well, I appreciate that. I love you too. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Um, let's see. I'll be much skinnier if I had to exclusively hunt for my meat. Yeah, if my wife hunted for my meat once in a while, I'd probably be skinnier too. I have a 30-30 and a 30-6. Both have Vortex scope on them. There you go. It's a good setup. Vortex makes good optics. I'm a little impartial to them, being Vortex is located in the state of Wisconsin. So, a little maybe partial. JP is the way, LOL. I agree. I'm poor though, man. I can't afford a JP rifle. Let's see. I recently bought a SIG and was immediately dogged by on my pals. Yeah, their politics right now. They have some stuff to fix internally. Not only their firearms, their their 320 line, but definitely politics. Bad bad management will ruin a company. Let's see. As it is, I'm so fat I have to hunt for my meat every day. Yeah, I mean that's okay though. Everybody likes a good challenge in the morning. I take a Viagra just so I can pee and not pee on my shoes. You're a cool dude. You got a sub. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Have you ever shot a Mac 10? I have. I shot full auto Mac 10s. I had one for a time. Um, believe it or not, you used to be able to pick up a full auto Mac 10 for like $3,500. Uh, but now they're closer to 8 or 9. But I bought a high point and my boy wanted to trade his 320 for. I hope you said no. A 320 is a gun you buy your ex-girlfriend or ex-wife's new boyfriend or new husband. That's you give them that with an appendix holster for a wedding present. I hunt my food intake, a bow and arrow in the start. Yeah, there you go. Man, I only got 36 firearms. I need to step it up. 36 is a good start.
Yeah.
You'd like a Draco? How about rather than getting a Draco, look at the Zastovas, the M85s or the M92s. Much, much, much better gun than a Draco. Much, much better. Like, hands down, night and day difference. So a Zastava would be a much better firearm. I'm native and use a bow and arrow and spears. Well, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. I got to run. All right, Arizona. You have a good day, man. Stay blessed. Keep up your hard work. I enjoy watching your channel. That's really expensive. Yeah, well, keep in mind, though, I'm not talking about a semi-auto version. So you can get the semi-auto ones a lot cheaper, but the full auto ones they're around 8 now. How's it? So the CZs, the Tactical Sport Orange 2 is the exact same money as the Dan Wesson, and it's a better buy. It blows the Dan Wesson out of the water. They're not even in the same ballpark. The Tactical Sport Orange 2 is a significantly more accurate and flatter shooting firearm. Let's see. I had 3 layers on underneath my waders this morning hunting. It's just easier to piss myself instead of pulling out my 2-inch out of 4 inches of clothes. Yeah, I hear you, man. Just let it run down the leg. Plus, it warms you up for a little while. It's okay. That's the hobo shower. Nothing wrong with it at all. Cherokee native. Yep, I appreciate you. Bought my first 1911 45 T-sauce. Well, if that's your first one, it's a good place to start. And when you buy your second one, you'll have a little bit better idea what you like and what you don't like. I'm native and have my neighbor's falls over drunk in his lawn 4 to 7 nights a week. That's okay. Some people just have a different way of coping with life, you know. I got a 320 with only 3,000-ish rounds through it. No issues yet, man. Y'all are killing me with the 320 slander. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's unwarranted. What's your take on 300 Blackout? 300 Blackout's a good cartridge. There's a lot you can do with it. Basically, if you want to suppress a cartridge, that's the one to do it with. I think if you're running unsuppressed and, a full-length barrel, that kind of isn't what the cartridge was designed for. They definitely want short barrels and fully suppressed. So, um, these are full size, but Taurus GX4 is an amazing budget gun. Yeah, a lot of people really speak highly of the Tauruses. I've never had a chance to shoot one, so I can't really say. Is that a gas tank piggy bank? The Harley one, it is. Glock 19, only gun I need. Yeah, that's. I think if I only had one handgun, I'd want a full size though. A Glock 17 would be my choice. Get a SIF P320, the SIG 320. Nah, I'll pass on that. You prefer 10 millimeter over 45? I prefer 45 just because I load for it. I have a bunch of brass and stuff. What's your thoughts on the Ruger RXM? Ruger RXM is a good gun. Nothing wrong with it. Um, I haven't had a chance to put one downrange, so it shot all right. There's nothing negative I could say about it, so that says something. SIG 320 discharge when you put it in the holster or take it out. They have, you know, definitely wouldn't want to carry one appendix. I mean, that could be like SIG's version of a circumcision. I think I could pass on losing any more length there. Taurus, where was I? Taurus GX4 ran me 240, and I got holster extra mag and light for $80 online. There you go. That's definitely, I mean, like I said, that's definitely an affordable firearm. It's a good place to start. How much did the 50 cal rifle cost? As set up, it was 11,000. Where was I? Glock 18 with a switchy. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I'm not into anal butt rape, so I choose not to commit felonies. But some people look at felonies as a data nap. So if that's the way you want to meet the love of your life, that's cool. I'm not going to judge. You prefer 10 millimeter? No worries there. 10 millimeter is a good cartridge. Charity, why is that? Let's see. Currently got a Smith & Wesson MP 2040. Thinking about getting a drop-in 357 SIG barrel. Thoughts? Absolutely. 357 SIG is a great cartridge. If you already have the 40, you get 357 SIG neck down. It's a pretty hot cartridge. If you're buying conversion barrels, you should be able to buy a 9mm conversion barrel too. I'm big on conversion barrels, so I would absolutely recommend that as being a good idea. Remember, switching to your sidearms is faster than reloading. Can you carry all of them at the same time? Absolutely. I carry them all appendix too. This is why no one will invade America. I gotta eat myself. Yeah, gotta know how to use them though. SIG 320 absolute trash and unsafe. I just lost my spot. There we are. Have you used Glock Performance trigger? I have not. I usually do my trigger work myself. Cherokee Glock 18 don't need a switch. If I get any gun, it would be a Glock 40. They're cheap. Yeah, that's kind of a, if you're outside of the competition world, 40 cal is kind of fading out pretty fast. Canik Springfield Glock opinions. I would take a Glock, then a Springfield, and I would pass on the Canik. Think PSA will ever drop a 26, 27, 28, or 29 clone? I want a 29, but the prices are ridiculous in my state. Won't allow more than 10 rounds. I think they already have a subcompact, don't they? I could be wrong, but I thought I thought they did. Um, I'm not real up to date on what their product line is. I'm not a big fan of PSA either. Black Destiny, how are you doing? Um, Titus, hope you're having a good day, man. If y'all do me a favor and be sure to double tap that screen for me, that would be fantastic. I would absolutely appreciate that. Is that a Mac? Yes, that's a Mac 11. Um, will you use YouTube channel to purchase me a Brita raffle? Yeah, I'll tell you what. Why don't you throw like $1,000 super chat on here, and we'll go ahead and purchase that for you. Let's see. I don't know anything about guns. I use bow and arrows and spears. JP, I have Smith and Wesson 9mm, M&P P2 2.0, 30 30 30 at 6 with vortex scopes. Yes, that's a Mac. Yes, that's a Thompson Auto Ordnance 1927 Deluxe. Um, since you like and reload for 45 auto, why don't you have any 19? Because there's only so much room. So I changed things around. I don't know if it was the last live or the live before. I mean, it's just a table I set up. So we put all my CZs out and we put all my Glocks out. So if you notice, that's all that's out there, CZs and Glocks. Or Dan Wesson, that counts as Glock pattern. Shadow System counts as a Glock pattern. So that's all that's out there for handguns today. What was I? What's your daily concealed carry? I daily carry a Glock 26, and that's actually on the bottom of the table. It's a Gen 5 Glock 26. Nothing fancy with it, but it's right there. Might be hard to see with the chats, but it's there. I have a Glock Performance trigger, and the G27 softens the wall. Yeah, I probably would spend the money on one. There's better triggers out there for the money. Yeah, I got rid of my Canic, and now I got my 1911 and 365 XI. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Canics have great triggers, so I'm not like dogging on them. I'm just personally not a fan of them. Um, if I didn't already own a dozen Glocks, I would probably have bought a Canic like nowadays. But I've had my Glocks for a long time, so I'm not going to switch to new platforms. Switching to a new gun is expensive. It's a lot of investment into magazines, holsters. Yeah, just doesn't do nothing for me. Used to have a Cobra M11. There you go. I've had that one for a long time. I'm kind of shocked when I look at online what they go for now. Thoughts on the Hellcat Pro? Definitely not negative thoughts. It's another gun that's a very, very popular choice for people. They're definitely a little bit more budget friendly than a Glock. So that's okay. Why don't you have any compensators or anything on your guns? Well, I do. Both the race guns on the top, them are both have monster comps on them. And then the slides right here in the middle, them all have comps or ports. So the night shoot next weekend, is that a rifle match? It is. That's rifle only. Have you shot or held a Glock 42? If so, did you? I have not held a Glock 42. So no honest opinion on that. Let's see. No attachments on your guns. Well, I don't know what you mean by attachments, flashlights and stuff. I just don't keep the stuff on there all the time. So watch the channel. Like, you don't need a flashlight during the daytime for a gun to sit on a table. My race guns both have optics. My DWX has optics. My TSO has optics. My Shadow System has optics. My Stifler slide has optics. So I can actually shoot with iron sights. I can shoot and compete with iron sights. So there's no advantage to me to buy a bunch of stuff and have a bunch of things milled. But with that said, I won't buy modern handguns that aren't milled anymore. That's a must. But I grew up in a time well before we had red dots. Shit, well before you had pistol lights. Um, Love CZ2. I had one with a threaded barrel and extended iron sights. There you go. You remember which model you had? Cherokee Native. He's overcompensating a lot with them two pistols on top. I absolutely am. Do you like Echelon by Springfield? Yeah, they're nice. Um, I wanted to buy one when they first came out, and the store I dealt with wasn't selling them because Springfield was selling them for their MSRP. So unless stores were going to mark them up past that, they weren't making any money. So uh, that's kind of why I didn't buy one. I live 1 mile from PSA in Columbia, South Carolina, and the cheapest AR-15 I've built was $228. Do you collect pre-band? Yeah, I have pre-band Colts. Obviously, that Mac 11's pre-band SKSs. Some are having to have this stamps on them. I have a early pre-band L1A1, bunch of stuff. People just like to say Echelon. Yeah, that's possible. I lost my spot again. Fuck, I lost my spot. 9mm is the only caliber you need. I prefer. Is that an M11? Yeah, that's a Mac 11. Yeah, like on the 10mm Glock 20. My uncle Danny does. Not sure what that was. I prefer irons over red dots. I prefer irons over red dots too. If I'm shooting USPSA, dots are fine. But for a carry gun, you're at a disadvantage with the red dot. I prefer iron sights are the last resort in today's age. No, they're not. It matters if you know how to shoot a gun with iron sights or not. There is zero advantage or disadvantage having iron sights if you can shoot the gun. I'm losing my spot. I prefer iron sights are last resort. No, I disagree. I don't and won't put a red dot on flashlights on carry pistols. Yeah, I won't either. Only time I put flashlights on guns is if I'm shooting a night match. There's something unnerving about staring at two barrels. I understand they are safe, but my mind tells me no. I'm not sure what two barrels you're staring at. The two slides on the table. Okay. Do night shoot videos work out good? They're okay. I mean, you have to look on the channel. There's some on there. Hell, I only have one AR-15 with a red dot. I prefer the carry handle. There you go. I have a couple of carry handle rifles. They're cool. I can shoot them just fine. Now, at 100 yards, am I shooting a 1-inch group? No, absolutely not. Am I shooting a 2 to 3 inch group? Yep, sure am. Is that accurate enough? Sure is. Chris, good morning. How are you? Maybe get a GoPro. I have a camera. I don't know. Are you asking me what you should buy? Tell this guy with a scope on his gun on you and you can't see because you don't have a scope. No, you're dead. I don't think you know what you're talking about. That's some stuff a little kid would say. So out of the video game realm, son. Anyone here ever shot an M4? Yeah, I shot plenty with an M4. Is there a cheaper version of a GoPro that works good? There you go. We have the InstaPro. That's a fabulous camera. It's actually one of the best cameras for low light. So if you're looking for something to use at night, look up the InstaPro cameras. For my needs were, scrolls on me every time I figure out where I'm at. For my needs where I live, 200, it's 200 yards and under. I can shoot 300 yards or 200 yards with irons. I need to get better. Oh, you can't shoot 200 yards with irons. A little more practice. Change your front sight to a smaller front sight, and it makes shooting at distance a million times easier. My favorite cheap gun is my M&P FPC 10. That's the side folder, right? So you guys be sure to double tap the screen for me if you would be so kind. Really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel. DJI action is cheaper. Yeah, it might be, but if you want to shoot in low light, go with the best low light camera there is. Yes, sir. How's it going? It's going good, man. I hope your day is going good for you. Precision for poor. I got some GoPros cheap off Goodwill auction site. There you go. Let's see. Keep scrolling on me and I lose my spot. Do you have a CZ-P09F Nocturne? No, I don't. I haven't even seen one yet in a store around here. So I know they're out there. I just haven't come across one. Matches well with regular camera videos too, if you tend to mix edits. Yeah, I do alright with the Instapro. It's good. Are these airsoft guns? No, they're real guns, John. I know, kind of blows your mind, right? Somebody has firearms in America. What is your favorite Glock model? I prefer a Glock 17. Just personal preference. Those are prop film guns, Makes absolutely. They're 100% painted foam. Man, you guys got me, man. 3D printed is what they are. Smoky Trez. Hi, how do you find the FN Brown and high power? Gunbroker would be how you find it. If you're seriously looking for one, that would be first place to start. I film on an iPhone with a DJI Osmo Mobile 7P gimbal. There you go. It's a nice setup. What's your opinion on the CZ-P01? CZ-P01s are nice. It's a great great compact firearm. Can't really go wrong with it. It's a great option for somebody. Taurus as a budget. Yep, Taurus are definitely budget firearms. Josh, good collection. Appreciate it. John, don't worry, you'll get there soon enough. A reliable BAC style with a brace would be a cool range toy. Yeah. Pretty soon we won't need to worry about braces. You'll be able just to do your Form 1 with no, or your Form 3 with no tax stamp. Budget guns, yep, they're budget. I use trade-in at your local gun shop is pretty much budget. They are. So there's always deals to be had. You gotta check out local gun shops. And you'll be sure when you check out them shops that if you're looking for something, tell them you're looking for it. Stop in there frequently. So I want a Taurus View. I never seen one. I know they're useless, but sometimes guns are fun to buy just to buy. You know, you can have fun guns. You can have guns that just interest you one way or another. You know what I mean? It's okay. Not everything has to be for a specific purpose. If I had guns that only served one purpose, 95% of what I owned, I wouldn't have. Yeah, the Beretta APXs, I'm not sure what they cost. What do them sell for precision? Stoger ST9, $200 right now. That's a slept-on firearm. That's actually a smoking deal for Stogers. They're decent, decent firearms for sure. Yeah, the View, it's cool looking, tiny. I bet it kicks bad. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it'd probably kick as bad as you think it does. Hey boss, so far the best handgun I've ever shot was a carry size Sig Sauer. Don't know the exact model it was. Buddies, I'm really looking for it in Sig. What's your stance on SIG? Uh, my stance, my opinion, I pass on SIG products right now until they straighten some shit out. Um, most of their product line is good and has been good for years. Can't argue that. But the management team has some serious issues, and in order to change that to a better culture, you kind of got to stand your ground on SIG. That's the only way they're going to change. The only budget gun I wouldn't trust is one from a pawn shop. Just saying. Yeah, I bought guns from pawn shops. So that SKS that's in the screen right now, I bought that from a pawn shop. I built a X Macro for my wife with the Radiant Ramjet. It's the gun I keep with me in the bathroom when pooping. It's a good option. Uh, you love your Canik TP9 SFX, zero issues because of drop safety. Yeah, more the management on how the company has been addressing the issues. So I'm with you. 365 great, but not happy with the company. Yep, I agree. No, I'm definitely not happy with the company. I love pawn shop guns. People sleep on used guns, and I've gotten some really good deals on used guns. I once got a Glock 26 for 212. There you go, smoking deal. It's worth checking out pawn shops. You can tell when you buy a gun if it's all beat to shit, you know. So I would never say don't buy something from a pawn shop. Just be sure what you're buying. Any gun is fine if you put a few hundred rounds down range with it and it runs. Absolutely. That was an old issue. Oh, I never heard issues with the management. I know vets who love them, so it's hard to say now no for me. Yeah, it's everybody has to make their own decision. So, in my opinion, I won't deal with them until they have a change of management. I worked at Ruger for years, and now I'm disabled from a bike wreck and can't afford what I want. Yeah, uh, it sucks, man. You know, hopefully at some point that'll change for you. Once got a brand new SIG M11 A1 for 520. Sold it for 750. There you go. I don't mind beat. Scrolling fast, and I gotta get back. Uh, I don't mind beat guns. Most is from carry. I don't mind scratches from holster, and yeah, I agree. I have no problem with buying a gun that's got wear on it, wear from carry. You know, a lot of guns people carry more than they actually use them. So a gun that's scratched up and missing finish is not an instant like deal breaker. Um, let's see, find my spot here. Uh, you guys are awesome. Cheers. Hey man, I appreciate it. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for the jewels. Appreciate that. I won't change, but I got what I need. Just want other things. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with wanting other things. That's part of the fun of firearms. The more exposure to different platforms you have, the better shooter you become. I bought an Iver Johnson pocket pistol for $50. It's one of the favorite cheap guns to shoot. It's about 120 years old. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Iver Johnson either. They're still fabulous firearms. Have a good one, Mr. Smokey. I missed that. Orange Smoke, you must be taking off. Have a good day. Apologize for missing that. Bro, I use my gun so much my suppressors have scratches and dings. That's alright though. Nothing wrong with that. Guns should have wears. Guns should have scratches on them and shit. I have no problem looking at a gun on my own guns when they get beat up. As long as it's being beat up when you're using them, right? You drop a gun or bang something into it and they get damaged, that's gay. But firearms are supposed to be used. They should show wear on them. Arizona back for a little while. Appreciate it, Arizona. My guns are beat because I use them. One of my Glocks has 51,000 rounds through it. Yeah, like I said, they're tools. They're supposed to be being used. I know a sweet little bike tank. I have rode since 6. Oh, you rode since 6 uh, after your accident. Yeah, I have 5 bikes, so I enjoy riding too. Um, you got any revolvers? I I have a few revolvers. I don't know, maybe a dozen of them. Um, I like shooting revolvers. It's not something I use very often. So let's see. Years old, 100-year-old Edward Johnson, best pocket. Yeah, yeah, them are slick guns. My favorite Glock right now is the 48. Yeah, I haven't handled the 48 at all. So I think if I were to buy another one, I'd probably buy a 47. Um, Flipped and Sig for that profit. That's cool. There you go. Uh, Sassy Madeline, I appreciate you too, man. Thank you very much. You guys be sure, if you would be so kind, double tap that screen, put some likes up on the live, consider subscribing to the channel. Um, my new Ruger Vaquero has marks from draw on them. Yeah, again, it makes me feel good to see wear on my guns. You know, it doesn't bother me at all. Thumper, I appreciate you too, man. Hope your day is going good. Thanks for being here. Sorry for the typos. I get excited. I've been riding a small Benelli. It's light on my bad leg. There you go. Um, Thumper, again, appreciate you. Uh, have you got a water pistol? Squirt guns? No, I don't own any squirt guns. Can I have one? Absolutely. Do some super chats or super thanks, and I'll give them all to you. No worries. Uh, I'll just use my food stamps when I get them back to buy more. Um, yes, sir. Like the live stream, guys. Yeah, appreciate that. Yes, I do. Arizona Kid. Um, Nice and organized. Look at all those beautiful firearms. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel and like the live. I'll check it out. Can you show the Thompson? Yeah. Gage,
Yeah.
you coming back down here?
Yeah, I will.
Like right now? Give me a minute till he comes back down here so I can end my computer. Be right back. All right. I have a Glock 43 also. I can't swap the slides on the 48 and the 43 to make a 43X. And a 43 long. There you go. It's always nice to have options. Oh, fuck. I wish I could have them, but good luck in Australia. Yeah, Australia's kind of a, yeah, I don't agree with that stuff either. It's a shame. Uh, Sorry, what about the name of a good low light POV camera gun? Instapro. Missed it. All my Glocks have been C-cut from the Glock store. There you go. Uh, I'm hoping that Glock starts coming out with Compton ported guns. People want them. The 50 is kink in the background. Yeah, gotta love the 50 cal. That's the trump card. A lot of people do gun tube. A lot of people do gun tube lives, but you're not going to see another 50 in a live. What up? What's going on with you, man? My absolute favorite is my Zastava Z-Pap M85. I agree. I like my Z-Pap too. It's a nice gun. It'll it'll get a can and a stock after January 1st. What are the heyday of good polymer pistols and guns in general? As a kid, a Chief Special, an OG Glock was about it, or a Big Smith and semi-auto. Yeah, in the 90s, that's about it. Beretta was the GOAT. Some of the Smith and Wessons. But yeah, I think because Glocks weren't even that popular in the 90s. Is that a M1? The Thompson? No, it's a deluxe. Let's see, where am I? Booty, I subbed. I'll check you out later. There you go. What do you think about IWI weapons? Uh, Israelis make good firearms. Nobody can dispute that. You know, it's one thing they're very good at is making firearms. First time I shot a Glock, I instantly understood why cops run them, but I think they're just a little too heavy since I prefer the SIGs. I think their weight distribution is way better. Yeah, I prefer a Glock over a Sig. I found all the Glocks, they were always top heavy and had a lot of reciprocating mass. So I was never a fan of the 226 or the 229. Um, I got a Remington 12 Mohawk 48 12 gauge long recoil like the Barrett, uh, the old bouncy barrel. LOL. Yeah, the Model 12s were interesting. Casually flexing 7 grand. Yeah, cheeseburgers between those TS souls. Yeah, it's just a little bit of flex there. Nothing crazy. I know there's people in the chat here that have Canics. Um, I think Ammo Alchemist, if he's still here, he just got a Canic not that long ago. Locks are very stable and reliable. Totally get it. Yeah, they're good guns. They, in my opinion, it's a good all-around gun. You can use them for everyday carry. You can use them for range toy. You can use them for home defense. They're, they're good for target practice. They're not the most accurate thing out there. They're not the most attractive thing. But if a person only bought one handgun, I would absolutely tell them buy a Glock. If you're buying one handgun and that's it, buy a Glock. Um, I love my 365 XL. Just lost confidence in the dry fire. Sounds like it wouldn't bust a primer. Yeah, you just got to shoot it, I guess. But Rob loves his Canic. Which Canic do you have, Rob? I'm definitely not wealthy. I want a 1911 so bad. I've never fired one. I heard they are butter. Yeah, the decent ones, they're pretty smooth. Um, it's a 45, but a 45 caliber in a 1911 versus like an FNX or a Glock 45 feels like a completely different cartridge. In 1911, there's a lot of weight to the gun. They're nice. It's nice to shoot. Do you like the Glock 17 Gen 5? If I don't have a Gen 5, I have a Gen 3 and a Gen 4 Glock 17. Hey, what's your opinion on 1911s, guys? Yeah, 1911s are good. We'll let other people answer, though. 1911s are fire. You got 3 of them. Yeah, John Wink says, not flexing there. He's got some really nice ones. You got a Gold Cup? That's a beautiful gun, too. Great shooting gun. Um, I never shot 1911, but I feel like I'd like the 1911 more. Yeah, depends what you're going to do with it. So in a Glock, a 45 caliber is snappy. And a full-size 1911, they're smooth. Very, very pleasant shooting cartridge. Uh, you like the FX rival? Yours, that's the stainless steel one, right? All steel. I had a chance to shoot one at GunCon, and I can understand why people like them. For me, I'm not. They don't appeal to me enough to change platforms. So, but I can definitely understand why people like them. The Canics have great triggers. You can't argue with that. Canics definitely have great triggers. Uh, I don't like Glock. Just my humble opinion. They don't like me. Yeah, I have a Car 9. I love but single stack, but solid. Car 9s used to be a lot more popular than they are now. The early 2000s, it was a very popular firearm. Great to know, buttery 1911, sweet. Yeah, just try to buy a name brand one. I'm not saying expensive one, just name brand. A Ruger, a Kimber, a Springfield, a Colt. Them are probably, any of them would be where I would start. Um, I have the gray with gold accents. There you go. So I think we hit our hour mark here. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. If you guys haven't, I'd really appreciate it if you consider subscribing to the channel. Double tap that screen for. Turn on your notifications. Um, Hopefully we'll catch y'all another time. I really want the new bodyguard. I subbed. Alright, I would probably say the M17 over the M18. So, but I'm out of here. I got stuff I gotta get done. I hope you guys, and I'll catch all of you another time.